Hi guys. Well, here we are out raining again. If you hear the noise, I'm in the greenhouse because it's been raining. I haven't been able to make videos. It rained Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and today is Thursday and it's raining out. I went down to Jeff's earlier to work on some stuff down there and got that done. I'm working on the things for the sweeps on the sawmill. I took a big roll of, I can't think what I'm thinking of, but I know what it is. But we cut it on this table saw. Can't think what I'm thinking of. It's tough getting old. Oh, I forgot to tell you, my name's Sean and welcome to Friggin' Jeep. One of these days I'll get it right, but I doubt it. Anyhow, I was watching Dan at Back 40 Firewood today. If anybody knows, anybody that's here probably knows Dan at Back 40. He is just a hoot to watch. He's a charmer. He's funny. Go up and check his channel out. Back 40 Firewood. I call him Backwards 40 Firewood. And you aren't going to find a nicer guy on YouTube than him. Well, except for me. Forget that. So, you know. But anyhow, just a great guy. Go up and check him out. Anyhow, he was talking about the slash that was on, that comes off those box wedge machines and how he's going to put it together. And he says, well, I'm going to do this, and it was funny because it reminded me back. Now this goes way back, probably before half of you were born, back in the late 80s or early 90s. I sold bundles of firewood. Back then a bundle of firewood was, it was right when bundles were just kind of getting started, and somebody says, you're going to pay how much for wood? You're going to pay, and they ain't never going to sell. Well, ended up I was making between 20 and 30 bundles a week, which that was at $3 a bundle, but you're talking money was half what it was worth what it is now. So, you know, if you sold 30 that week, you made $90. That's like $180 a week. It wasn't really chump change back then. It's not chump change now if you're selling that many, even the going prices. But that was about the time the sawmill got started, and I was heating with firewood. And the next thing you know, you're running out of firewood, and I didn't buy firewood. You didn't even hear about that stuff back then, or I didn't. So anyhow, he was thinking about how to put it together, and back then, like I said, it was new. So I had bought, because you know I'm the cheapest guy around. I had bought twine for baling twine. I kept it in a box. You have to put a plug in it or a mouse will get in there. So that's what this is. I also use it for, can't even get that off of there. I bought scissors out. I used to use it for tying up my tomato plants. So I'll show you how I kind of did it, if I remember. Now it's been years since I sold a bundle of firewood, so I have to try to remember how to do this. Normally I do it on the back of a pickup truck. That's what I did when I was making it. I would just make it on the back of a pickup truck because it was a comfortable height. So I kind of tried to. Pickup truck isn't available right now because it's raining out. I ain't going out in the rain. Let's see. I'm looking for a stick. This might be a good enough stick. To be honest with you, I don't remember exactly how I did this. Something like that. And then you just kind of bring it up. And this twine I would buy at the auctions for a little bit of nothing. I mean, seriously, a little bit of nothing. But you want to make this extra. I used to make it extra long, which that might be long enough. Like I said, it's been so many years, I don't really remember. And you just tie it up best you can. You know, it's just what you did. Now, if you're new into the bundle business, you might want to look at this for making your bundles. And then do it again. Get yourself a stick. I'm guessing you're seeing me stick this through there. Now, I think as I recall, I screwed up in making that rack. That was, back then, John Deere, normally, John Deere sent their lawn tractors out in steel crates. They don't do it anymore, or maybe they do, I don't know. And then the steel crates were just trashed. That's all they did with them, is trash them. And so I would get, there was a John Deere dealer right next to the gas station I worked at. And he'd give me all I wanted, because then it would save him from having to take them to the scrap yard. I guess you can tie this all sorts of ways. My theory back then was I had no money in it. And what I did for up here is you go out and get some, and I had to do this tonight, just go get some sticks. You know, I trimmed some apple trees yesterday, and I just went down there and grabbed some of those. So then you tie this up on here for a handle. Boy, it's been a long time since I did this. I don't even know. I remember a little bit of it, but not a whole lot. And then if you get this, wrap it around a couple times, it would make it tighter. Yeah, that's starting to get a little bit tight. But that's kind of what mind you, this was back at the beginning of making bundles. Nobody knew what they were doing. You can tighten them up any way you want. And they still look it still looks loose. But that gave you a pretty good handle. If you kind of see that, but that is loose as a goose. Maybe not a good program now. They didn't have plastic back then. Now, what I screwed up on this rack, which I didn't bring, yeah, I did bring a ruler out. When you make this, you want what's called draft, so you want it a little wider at the top, so this is running 10 1/4, down here it's running 9 1/2, here you're running 9 1/2, and here you're running 10 1/4, so I did pretty good that way. But what I screwed up on was you need to have it go in the opposite direction so you can stick the string under it. If I put the wood in this way, I can't stick the string under it. So if I put it in this way, there's no draft and they won't come out. Another thing that was a problem, I don't know if you can see how these swelled out. This rack was, well, you know how old it is, late 80s. Evidently it was sitting down this way and these filled up with water, and every one of them swelled out. Some of them broke. I was going to fix it for the show, but anyhow, I didn't. But if you had all that slash wood or whatever, which, you know, you can make it any size you want. Just say this was the slash. I'm just taking this out of my, tripped over that. Taking this out of my kindling pile. Well, I got a bunch of netting here. I needed the box. And the kindling over there, you can see a lot of boxes of it. It's just the trims off the sawmill. So I could sell this, but I just don't really care for dealing with the public. And that's, now you can make this rack any size you want. It's actually pretty good size by the time you fill it up. And I guess back then they had half-inch plastic, whoops, I'm showing them half-inch plastic banding. And they had these clips and these things that you like squeeze together and it would tighten the band up. But this is quite a bit of wood when you start getting it in these racks. But if you have all that slash coming off those wood splitters, you know, sell it, package it up. If you're new to the firewood business, you don't know what to do for a rack, this might not be a bad idea. To give you a little idea how to make an inexpensive rack or wood bundler to get started. Now you could take and redesign it so you can say have this narrower with the draft in it, then you can just wrap the plastic around it that way. I don't know if I have any left in here. I think I gave them all away, the round bundles. Depends on how much, and you want to get it up to about the top, put it in, get your whatever. I guess you guys are watching. I got to move this back a little bit. Yeah, it looks a little low on this side. We'll put a couple more sticks in it. Not that I'm going to sell it. Whoops. Sorry about that, guys. Not that I'm going to sell it. I'm not going to put any more in it because I'm not selling it anyway. I'm just going to take it back out. But you can throw the whole thing in a fireplace or light it up. This is pretty intense. Like, there's not a whole lot of air in it. It's packed in pretty tight. We'll just cut it there. Like I said, this baling twine is cheap. Now, I know I didn't do that, but you could maybe do it that way. I don't ever remember doing it that way, but I guess you could to tighten it up a little bit more. But the draft, like I said, you need one more rack of these to make it work right. So this, I had no money in this. I had screwed up. I pulled it through by accident. Baling twine I'd buy at the farmer's auctions, because you'd always see a bale or two of it sitting there, and you could buy a whole bale of it, which lasts for years and years and years. Seriously, a long time. I don't know how long those things are. Somebody out there probably knows. Now you can, I guess you could do this. That looks like it gets it a little bit better. And then just tie it. If you hold it, pinch it there, it's kind of like the rope things I got down there on the my covered wood. Yeah, you could do that. That would work. You pinch that and put some kind of, I think somebody said it was a half hitch. I don't know what kind of knot that is. But I do remember putting the handles on and turning them to make them tighter. Not that it needs to be a whole lot tighter anyway. I remember doing this, but you're getting nowhere. I don't know. That's getting pretty tight. Yeah, we'll give it one more. It'll probably break, and then just tie this up. Oh, I didn't center that. Me bad. Then, if you wanted to. I don't remember whether I cut these off or not. But the whole purpose of this top thing was a comfortable handle. I didn't get it quite where it should have been. Well, that one broke. I don't know what part broke. I twisted it too much. Wonder if I can salvage that. It's tied off. Yeah, I can out of one of these other pieces. Oh, I feel a sneeze coming on. So don't over tighten it. This stuff ain't real strong, even though it holds bales of hay together. There you go. The handle's off center. But you could do that. You could make it so the strings come outside of that or whatever, but make it any size. That's actually a pretty good sized bundle of wood, because that wood is 18 inches, not 16 inches. So that's just kind of something, you know. This was kind of for Dan up at Back 40 Firewood. I hope he gets a chance to watch it. A couple other things that I wanted to show you while we're in here. The wood that I was drying, not the cat cans, the wood. Do you recall this? It comes in past shows. See now that scale, watch that. See how it goes up? It's gaining weight because it's over halfway. That's down all the way. Now I'm lifting up. I'm putting my finger under the scale, putting it up there. It's at 142, okay, because there's 100 pounds there, that means 100 pounds. And then if you can see this, okay, it's at 42. Now that has come up. It's been raining for the last, what did I say, Saturday, today's Thursday. So now, instead of, at 5.2 it was 142, okay, then today it's 142 on the plus side. Now like I said, most of your firewood is going to be dry within the first 3 to 4 months. It's going to lose 75% of its weight in the first 3 to 4 months. So we started at 210, now we're 310, 410, 510, which is basically that. And it's now coming back up in weight depending on what the humidity is. So it'll go a couple more pounds, but it's lost what it's going to lose. It's lost 75% of what it's going to lose. So, and that was oak. That was it was just an oak, one oak round that I had that I split up into little pieces and put in here. It's about the size most of you guys make firewood. I make my firewood a little bit bigger because it's mostly boiler firewood. That is white oak, by the way. And that was one round. I did a video of how big a round it was. It seems to me it was around 22 inches diameter round. Those are also 18-inch pieces, probably. Most of my wood is 18-inch range. Only that was a weird how that came about. There you go. 18. This is probably about 18. That one there's a short one. That's 15 and a half. I was experimenting with making some 16s, so maybe that's where that came out at. I don't know what these are. This is just one round. Oh lordy. 17 and a half. So they should all be about 17 and a half. But it's gaining, that wood is now gaining weight. So anyhow, that's about it. I just kind of wanted to show Dan that using the old baling twine is a good idea. You guys make yourself a cheap rack like this. I'm sure you go to a welding shop and they put something together like that for you for probably 20 bucks over leftover crap that they got if you designed it for them. And don't leave it out, because it'll, see where these things, every one of them got fat from how strong is ice. Anyhow, do me a favor. This is tonight. It's going on tonight. Only because I don't have a whole lot going on because of all the rain. And hit me a like button and subscribe button if you don't like the way the old geezer used to make firewood baskets a long time ago. That's how I did it. They don't seem as tight as they were a long time ago. And the strings would probably be better off if they were out further. Now Dan up at Back 40 put one string in the middle, which you're going to have to really balance that pretty good that way. But I always liked the handles that I made. And everybody liked the handles that I made because they could grab it. They didn't have to worry about anything going in the trash. They could burn the twine, the baling twine. But I think baling twine might have some kind of poison in it to keep the mice from eating it. Anybody out there as a farmer knows, leave a comment down there. Or leave a comment if you like the old way I used to do bundles of firewood. So hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and we're putting this, well, I'm going to put it on now. It'll be, I think it's less than 6 o'clock and it just stopped raining. Did you hear that? It just stopped raining. Or slowed down. We'll see you later. Bye. And don't forget where you're at. Where's my hat? You're at freaking Jeep. And that's even upside right. So hit a like button and subscribe button if you like old freaking Jeep. Thank you now. Bye-bye.